As a background for why this video exists, I made a comment on some synesthesia tutorial on a piano track from DDLC, basically saying I'll play this in my school's talent show, and a non-zero amount of people are curious about how it went, and I never replied. Someone recently commented about it on my new video, and I realized, looking at this comment out of context, it's just kind of funny. So I'm going to retell how that talent show played out. I could not fit it into one comment, and it's honestly semi-entertaining, but it's mostly depressing, as we'll see. Needless to say, it did not go very well. So this talent show actually happened, and I did perform in it. However, I lied. It was not a talent show, per se. It was mandatory examination to pass like middle school or something. It was in year 9. We had to go up on stage and perform a song. It could have been solo and it could have been in a band with other classmates. Since I didn't really have any friends, I was doing it alone. The teacher told us to choose something, any song to play and practice months beforehand. And yeah, I was seriously considering playing an OST from a visual novel I really liked at the time, which is Okay Everyone from DDLC. Now that song was not actually the one that I played, it was changed to Your Reality, which is just the piano version. I didn't actually sing it, and we'll get into why. Anyways, I was a complete newbie to playing the piano, so I was forced to join piano lessons that I did not take seriously whatsoever, and I still could barely coordinate both of my hands or even read sheet music. So even after months of practice beforehand, I just used one hand during the concert to play the piano. The other hand was doing nothing because I just couldn't coordinate both of them. And I learned straight from the synesthesia tutorial. I only played the main melody without even any chords alongside it. So, skip to this special day, I went up on stage and I played it. Fucking barely. I was messing up, pressing the wrong notes sometimes, and yes, this is all with just one hand, just the main melody. Maybe I'll link the exact synesthesia tutorial I used. It was incredibly simplistic, but I still flubbed it. The teacher knew I was tensing up and was really nervous because there was an audience, not just your classmates that was watching it, but pretty much anyone else that wanted to sit in the auditorium was allowed to listen to it. I played the wrong notes. I wasn't doing it very smoothly, so the timing was off as well. So after that entire ordeal, I got off the stage. The teacher noted and told me, "Oh, you feel," I could visibly see how nervous you were, but it's fine. So after that, I just sat down. It was so bad, a classmate just straight up asked, "Hey, were you just pressing random notes, dude?" I just nodded and awkwardly laughed because it would have been more shameful to say I actually tried. I seriously tried playing the piece I remembered, but I guess it just did not sound like that to the audience. After this, I would just sat alone trying to get myself together. The giddiness from being on stage was slowly fading away while I was watching the other performances my classmates were doing. I did genuinely practice quite a bit, but there just wasn't any quality assurance to any of it. My parents weren't keeping track of how good my performance would be. And yeah, I did join those piano lessons, but I wasn't really paying attention to any of it. I just did not have any passion for playing any instrument. But I did spend quite a couple hours genuinely practicing. I'm sure everyone did this as well, all my classmates, but the difference is between me and them, they had actual talent. Like they used two hands for the piano, which is literally the bare minimum, but they were singing while playing. Most of them weren't solos. They were in a band, and I bet they had fun practicing together while I sulked alone in the corner. Anyway, that's why I never responded to that comment. Why I didn't want to tell this story. It's depressing and embarrassing. And no, I'm not doing this for any sympathy points. I'm just here to quell everyone's curiosity and put this in the ground finally. So yeah, that was my absolute disaster of a quote unquote talent show. In the end, it didn't really matter because even if it was an examination, I still passed middle school, you know? It was fine. It didn't matter. It's all in the past. So, I don't really care about it. But it did make me reflect a little bit on how much of a friendless, talentless loser I was back then, which I'm sure is still partially true until now. Side note, I remember joining the percussion club, and I was only there really because my friend joined, and I was there for a year until someone from the year below us started playing, and he had an actual sense of rhythm, and everyone commented about how he was way better than I was. Wait, did I say everyone? It was noticeable, the quality of performance there. And someone commented on it. Man, that just reminds me of another time I joined the art club because a friend also was in it. And the club supervisor, who was external from the school, judged everyone's artwork, and I was singled out for having just an awful piece, for just drawing something completely awful. And he basically tasked me, hey, draw this box. And I draw this pencil sharpener, and I drew that, and then he drew it. It took him 5 minutes, it took me 20, and of course his looked a lot better. Club advisors, and I know the lesson there was that you're clearly missing a lot from, expertise and experience that he had, and he was just trying to show the difference. And I mean, I knew that, but I was there to be with my friends, so I don't care. Anyways, the musics and the arts, I am completely talentless at them. So yeah, that's the moral, that's the lesson. I hope I quelled your curiosity. Goodbye.